Ayanda stood proudly in front of her new house. The fresh white paint on the walls seemed to shine just for her. The small garden was filled with colorful flowers that danced in the gentle breeze. This was not just a building made of bricks and cement. It was a symbol of her strength and hard work. She held the keys tightly in her hand, feeling their cool metal against her skin. Each key represented a door she had opened all by herself, without needing anyone else to turn the lock. This moment was hers, a victory she had earned through tears and determination, a testament to her resilient spirit. Her heart swelled with a feeling of deep satisfaction. She remembered a time when she thought happiness was something another person could give her. She once believed that her life would only be complete with a man by her side. But standing here today, on this beautiful afternoon of July 2nd, 2025, she knew that was not true. Her completeness came from within. It was built from her own courage and her own dreams. This house, this piece of earth she could call her own, was the physical proof of the strong foundation she had built inside herself, a foundation that no one could ever shake. Looking at the shiny windows, she saw her own reflection. She saw a woman who was no longer broken by the past. She saw a leader, a business owner, and a homeowner. A smile slowly spread across her face, a real smile that reached her eyes. The journey had been long and filled with many difficult days and lonely nights. There were moments when she wanted to give up, when the weight of the world felt too heavy for her shoulders alone, but she never did. She kept pushing forward, step by step, until she arrived at this very spot, a place of peace and accomplishment. This house was more than just a place to live. It was her sanctuary, her safe space. It was a declaration to the world, and more importantly to herself, that she was enough. She did not need a man to build a home, because she had learned how to be a home for herself. Every wall and every window whispered the same message. You did this. You are strong. You are whole. She took a deep breath, filling her lungs with the sweet air of independence, and stepped forward to unlock her front door, ready to begin her new chapter. Ayanda's journey to this moment was paved with pain and struggle. A few years ago, her world had fallen apart. She had been engaged to a man she loved deeply, a man she was planning to build a future with. But that future shattered when she discovered he was cheating on her. The betrayal felt like a knife in her heart, leaving a deep wound that she thought would never heal. The pain was not just about the lost love, it was about the broken trust and the feeling of not being good enough. Society also had its opinions, with people whispering that a woman alone would struggle to succeed. Determined to prove them wrong, Ayanda poured all her energy and her broken heart into building something for herself. She started a small catering business from her tiny kitchen. In the beginning, it was incredibly difficult. She woke up before the sun to buy fresh ingredients and worked late into the night, perfecting her recipes. There were days when she received no orders and felt a wave of despair wash over her. She faced criticism and doubt from people who did not believe a young, single woman could run a successful business. But for every person who doubted her, she found a new reason to believe in herself. Her mantra became, "I do not need a man to save me. I am my own hero." She lived by these words every single day. When her car broke down, she learned how to check the oil and change a flat tire instead of calling for help. When a pipe burst in her apartment, she watched online videos and learned how to fix it herself. She managed her finances with care, saving every extra cent for her dream of buying a home. These actions were not just about saving money, they were about proving to herself that she was capable, responsible, and completely self-reliant. Her business slowly began to grow. People started talking about her delicious food and her professional service. One successful event led to another, and soon her calendar was full. She hired her first employee, then another. Seeing her business flourish was a source of immense pride. It was more than just a source of income. It was the result of her resilience. Each happy customer, each positive review, was a small victory that helped to heal the old wounds in her heart. She was not just surviving, she was thriving, all on her own terms. One day, a man named Luwazi walked into her life. He was a client, ordering food for a community event he was organizing. From their first meeting, Ayanda noticed he was different. He did not look at her with pity or try to offer unsolicited advice about her business. Instead, he listened with genuine interest as she spoke about her passion for cooking. He looked at her with admiration, not just for her food, but for the strength he could see in her eyes. Loazi was kind and his voice was gentle, carrying a warmth that was both comforting and surprising. Ayanda was hesitant at first. Her past experiences had built a tall, strong wall around her heart. She was used to being independent and did not want anyone to disrupt the peaceful life she had carefully constructed for herself. She kept her conversations with Loazi professional and polite, trying to keep a safe distance. She believed that letting a man get too close would mean giving up a piece of her hard-won freedom. She was afraid that love would require her to become smaller, to compromise the wholeness she had fought so hard to achieve. But Loazi was patient. He never tried to push his way into her life. He showed his support in small, gentle ways. He would send a simple text message after a big event saying, "You did an amazing job today. You should be proud." He remembered small details from their conversations and would ask about her garden or how a new recipe was coming along. He respected her space and her independence completely. He was not intimidated by her success. He celebrated it. He saw her strength not as a challenge, but as one of the most beautiful things about her. Slowly, Ayanda felt the walls around her heart begin to soften. Loazi's consistent kindness and respect started to melt away her fear. She found herself looking forward to his messages and smiling when she saw his name on her phone. He was not trying to control her or change her. He was not trying to be her hero. He simply wanted to walk beside her, offering support and quiet companionship. This was a kind of connection she had never experienced before, and it made her question everything she thought she knew about love and relationships. Ayanda found herself in a state of inner conflict. A part of her wanted to open her heart to Loazi, to experience the warmth and happiness he offered. But another part was terrified of getting hurt again, of losing the precious independence she cherished so much. She had worked so hard to become whole on her own. What if letting someone in meant breaking herself into pieces again? She spent many evenings sitting in her beautiful home, thinking about what it truly meant to be strong. Was strength about keeping everyone out? Or was it about being brave enough to let the right person in? One evening, as they sat in her garden, Loazi spoke softly. "Ayanda," he said, "your strength is like a great tree. You have deep roots and you stand tall on your own. I would never want to be the axe that tries to cut you down. I just want to be the sunshine that helps you grow." His words touched her deeply. In that moment, she understood. Loazi did not see her as a project to be fixed, or a castle to be conquered. He saw her as a complete person, and he loved her for it. This realization was a turning point for Ayanda. She learned a powerful and beautiful lesson. Being whole on your own is an incredible source of strength and self-worth. It is the foundation upon which a happy life is built. But sharing that life with someone who respects and cherishes your wholeness does not diminish it. In fact, it can make life even richer and more beautiful. Love was not about losing herself in someone else. It was about sharing her complete self with another complete person. It was not about dependency, but about partnership. Ayanda took Loazi's hand, her smile genuine and free from fear. She was still the independent woman who had built her own home and her own business. She was still her own hero. But now she understood that accepting love was not a sign of weakness. It was an act of courage. She could be strong and independent and also be loved and cherished. Her life was a full circle, whole and complete on its own, and sharing it with Loazi was like adding a beautiful, bright new color to an already perfect picture.